The mystery of the missing Post-it notes. Sophie was the queen of Post-it notes. Her desk was a rainbow explosion of neon pink, green, yellow, and blue squares, each scribbled with reminders, doodles, or motivational quotes like, "You got this," and "Coffee first, then conquer." Her coworkers loved to tease her about it, but Sophie was proud. Those notes kept her sane in the chaos of deadlines. One week, the unthinkable happened. Her beloved Post-it notes started disappearing, one by one, day by day. At first, she blamed the office cleaning crew, then the mysterious office ghost that everyone joked about. But the real culprit was more unexpected. During a team meeting, Sophie noticed Jake, the usually quiet accountant, sticking a bright pink Post-it on his laptop. She raised an eyebrow. Jake, those are mine." Jake smiled sheepishly. "I just really needed a pep talk today." That was just the start. Soon Jake was borrowing notes and the two started trading messages via colorful sticky notes, secret little conversations amid the busy office hum. Their Post-it note banter became the highlight of Sophie's day, and eventually, Jake asked her out. On a date that began with a joke. "Promise I won't take your notes, unless it's for a second date?" Sophie laughed and said yes. Lesson learned? Sometimes losing your sticky notes means finding a new way to stick with someone. The great office chair swap Oliver was the king of comfort. His office chair was legendary, worn in leather, perfect cushion, and a little squeak that sounded like a friendly whisper every time he leaned back. One morning, disaster struck. His chair disappeared. Gone, vanished, like it never existed. Panicked, Oliver launched a mini investigation. The culprit, none other than his mischievous colleague Mia, who had borrowed the chair for her home office because hers was broken. Oliver confronted Mia with mock outrage. "Hey, that's my throne!" Mia shrugged. "Well, your throne was getting lonely." They struck a deal. Mia would return the chair if Oliver agreed to swap his dreadful, squeaky chair for her second best one, a colorful but slightly unstable office stool. Reluctantly, Oliver agreed. To everyone's surprise, Oliver found the stool surprisingly liberating. It made him sit up straighter, and his back thanked him. Even better, the chair swap led to daily chats and coffee breaks with Mia, who brought humor and energy wherever she went. A few weeks later, Oliver realized he hadn't just swapped chairs, he'd swapped routines, and maybe even found a partner in crime for office adventures. Lesson learned? Sometimes, losing your favorite chair means finding a better seat, and maybe someone to share it with. The secret office plant whisperer, Lucy, worked at Creative Hive, a bustling advertising agency in Berlin. She was the type of person who believed every office needed a bit of green magic, so she took it upon herself to care for the dozens of plants scattered around the workspace. Lucy's desk was always surrounded by lush ferns, succulents, and one particularly proud monstera with leaves the size of dinner plates. To her co-workers, Lucy was known as the plant whisperer. She talked to her plants, gave them names, and even composed little songs to help them grow. Her coworkers thought she was a bit quirky, but endearing. One Monday morning, disaster struck. The monstera was missing, vanished, no leaves, no pot, nothing. Lucy was heartbroken and launched a covert investigation. She suspected someone had taken the plant as a prank, or maybe just to annoy her. Her prime suspect? Greg, the office prankster who once replaced all the sugar with salt. She cornered Greg by the coffee machine. "Where's my monstera?" she asked with a faux serious tone. Greg grinned. "Maybe it ran away. Plants get bored, you know." Lucy wasn't convinced. She started watching people closely, setting up plant patrols with her best friend Mia, who was in HR. They tracked suspicious movements, noticed strange watering habits, and even set tiny cameras near the plant shelves, disguised as fake cacti. A week passed. Then during the weekly Monday meeting, the lights flickered, the projector froze, the room darkened for a brief moment. When the lights returned, the monstera sat proudly on the conference table, bigger and healthier than ever. Lucy gasped. "Where did it come from?" Mia smiled mysteriously. "You might say, the plant staged a little rebellion." It turned out Greg had borrowed the monstera to surprise Lucy by caring for it at his apartment, hoping to help it thrive and return it better. Lucy laughed, forgiving Greg immediately. The episode brought the team closer. Everyone pitched in to care for the office plants, and meetings became more relaxed with a touch of greenery nearby. Lucy even started a Plant of the Month contest, complete with quirky awards like Best Dressed Fern and Most Dramatic Succulent. And Greg? He earned a new nickname, Plant Dad. One afternoon, as Lucy watered her green family, Greg joined her with 2 mugs of tea. "You know," he said, "maybe plants aren't the only things that need a little care." Lucy smiled, and the office suddenly felt a little warmer. Lesson learned? Sometimes, nurturing a plant teaches us how to nurture relationships, with patience, humor, and a little bit of love. The mysterious desk decor. Sarah loved decorating her office desk with quirky little items. A tiny cactus, funny mugs, colorful sticky notes. It made her workspace feel like home. One day, she noticed something odd. Every morning, one of her decorations would mysteriously disappear. A mug here, a plant there, but never the same item twice. Curious and a bit annoyed, Sarah decided to catch the culprit. She set a small motion sensor under her desk and waited. The next morning, she caught her colleague, James, sneaking by, carefully pocketing a small figurine. "James, what are you doing?" Sarah asked, laughing. James shrugged. "I thought your desk was so cheerful I wanted to borrow some good vibes." Instead of getting mad, Sarah smiled and offered, "Why don't we decorate our desks together? Sharing good vibes sounds better than stealing them." From then on, the office desks became a colorful, collective art project, and Sarah and James became great friends. Lesson learned? Sometimes sharing your joy is better than hiding it. Email to the entire company. Martin, a new intern at a publishing company in Copenhagen, wanted to ask his co-worker Anna out for coffee. He drafted a charming little email. "Hi, Anna. Just wondering if you'd like to grab a coffee after work. I promise I don't talk about fonts the whole time." But instead of sending it to Anna, Martin accidentally hit Reply All and sent it to the entire company, all 150 employees. Within seconds, his inbox exploded. People replied with things like, "I'd love coffee too, Martin. Please talk about fonts, that's the dream. Anna, say yes." Anna walked over, red-faced but laughing. "Guess we're famous now," she said. "Coffee sounds great." They went out that evening, and from that day forward, Martin was known as Mr. Bold Move. Lesson learned? Sometimes a mistake sends the right message to everyone. Zoom filter. Disaster. During a serious Monday Zoom meeting, Emma accidentally turned on a cat filter, complete with ears and whiskers. She couldn't figure out how to turn it off. "I'm not a cat," she said, trying to stay professional, as the whole team burst into laughter. Even the CEO chuckled. We all need a bit of feline energy today. From that day on, Emma was affectionately known as Team Cat. Lesson? Tech fails can be embarrassing, or the start of office legend.